What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So this is a message to all fans of drill music, right? Stop trying to instigate a divide between Chief Keef and Lil Durk, right? Stop putting fire on a narrative that they're against each other. Because I see it all the time. It seems like a lot of y'all want them to hate each other so bad and go at each other and be on the opposite end of the spectrum. Y'all gotta stop, right? And I notice this especially coming from the Chief Keef fanatics. For whatever reason, I always see their comments and videos and vlogs about Durk and so on and so forth. I always see the super Chief Keef fanatics trying to remind people that Durk's still not bigger than Keef and Durk's still not that good of an artist, or he's never going to be as good of an artist as Keef was at his height and so on and so forth. Like, y'all got to stop it. You don't have to hate Durk in order to love Sosa. You don't have to do that. You don't have to hate Durk to praise Sosa. You don't got to do that. But people don't understand it, and they keep trying to keep it going. And I see people trying to say, oh, Durk still ain't that good. He still ain't that good of an artist. He's still just the industry carrying him. Cut that shit out. Cut it out, y'all. Durk has been consistent for 10 plus years, even when he didn't have the momentum as Keef or some of the bigger artists in the industry that was around his age. He kept pushing consistently. He kept consistently putting out good quality music, and I know because I was listening to it throughout my years in college and throughout my years in grad school. Consistency and just hard work paid off for the brother, right? He stuck to his style despite what people were saying in Chicago. Because a lot of the dudes in the shot, y'all had to cut that shit out too, because y'all still hating on dude, but y'all was hating on Durk heavy. You know, my city, I love Chicago, Illinois, but my city is full of haters, right? When Durk was making it and he was singing and had the melodies and stuff, they told him to cut that shit out. He sing too much. He a singer, not a rapper, so on and so forth. And a lot of the dudes in the industry are now using that style. They're using melodies to talk about violent street antics the way Durk was using it. And they were using it, and Durk was using the auto-tune to help harmonize a lot of the stories he was talking about, street stuff, right? He was using the auto-tune to harmonize it. And people in Chicago was, oh, he sing too much. He a singer. Hating on dude, and dude stuck with it despite what people were saying. He kept grinding, and now he's at the top of the rap game, right? But y'all cut that shit out. Stop trying to divide them and make them seem like, like the people that's dividing them, especially the Keef fanatics, trying to make it seem like Durk ain't shit. Cut that shit out. He ain't here because, this the industry favor or nothing like that. Let's be real. Durk is bigger than any of the drill rappers have ever been. I repeat, Durk is currently bigger than any of the other drill rappers have ever been in their careers. Seriously, at any point in the drill era, Durk is bigger than all of them. He's bigger than Keef right now, than Keef ever was. It's just that Keef's impact was much bigger than Durk's because he was the forefounder, the founding father, really, of the drill era that put a microscope on Chicago, Illinois, and opened the floodgates of the city for these record labels to come in here and try to sign all the talent they could, right? Keef's impact, the way Keef used the ad-libs, the way he used the creativity he had in his songs, the way he said certain things, and he told a story at 15, 16 years old, the way he could make a hook, the way he could the way he developed all these different rhyming patterns and schemes or whatever. It was simplistic, but it was still dope as hell. The way Keef did that and the way he shot his videos in his grandmama's house, outside in the alley, so on and so forth, it caught everybody's attention, and it had everybody stuck and looking like, who is this young dude and his crew in Chicago? And it caused everybody to be in a frenzy to want to run to the talent and see what was going on here, right? Keef's lingo and his slang, he was using Chicago slang. It wasn't his slang. The bang bang thing, but whatever. But other than that, he was using a lot of Chicago slang, and people was catching on to it, and they were really marveled. They were marveled by what was going on in the city. So yes, he's the founding father. His impact was much bigger than Durk's because it all started for real. Not the drill movement. King Louis was a pioneer of that movement, but Keef was the first person to get the outstanding views on videos. So yes, his impact was bigger than Durk's, but at this moment right now, Durk is the one keeping the drill movement alive and holding the flag for the movement at the moment. Whether you think drill music is good or bad, whether you think it's a good thing for the youth or bad for the youth, Durk is holding the flag high and he's doing it at a consistent rate, right? He the only one that put out for well, no, I can't say that. Durk had 2 albums on the major on Def Jam, and then he's released albums since then, and the album going crazy. You can't deny Durk's talent, man. Like, and you can deny Keef's talent. Keef is a legend and will forever be a legend in Chicago, Illinois, forever. But I gotta let y'all know something too, right? Durk is a legend in Chicago, Illinois as well, and everybody know that whether you hate him or not. Durk is a legend in Chicago and across the whole board. The same way Chief Keef is. Keef made the drill movement global. He made it a global thing. And Durk was rapping at the same time. He just didn't get the attention that Keef did because Keef had a certain way to delivering it, right? But as Durk's career went on, he started to get more creative, consistent. Started like again, he was consistent. He had different rhyming patterns, he was just making better. He started his quality of music increased with every project, and it paid off. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying that Durk is hot right now. You know, people are still stuck on the issue or the tension that they had in the past. So now the Sosa fans feel like, oh, you got to just act like Durk ain't shit and he don't exist. And the only reason he's around is because he had a Drake feature and all this and all of that. If it wasn't for the Drake feature, he would never be this good. And yes, the Drake feature for sure helped Durk without question. But it helps everybody that Drake gets on the song with, right? But I think it helped people to pay attention to the fact that Durk was already dope already, right? He ain't changed that much from what for real. He got better at certain things, but he was still, in 2015, 2016, his music was still quality. I just think Drake's feature caused people to say, hold on, wait a second. We got to pay attention to what Durk doing. He on something different. He got something. And it caused people to pay attention. He saw that. He took that acclaim and took off with it and shot off with it and kept going crazy and kept the momentum strong. And you got to give him credit for that, man. But to act like, and it's the thing too, because Ball Out, Keef right here, and Keef and them people doing it too right now, because Ball Out came out and was like, basically, what did he say? Something like Keef didn't need no Drake feature to be hot. Keef ain't need a Drake feature to be hot. Ball Out, what the fuck is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, like, what is that, bro? Like, Ball Out got to cut it out. Ball Out ain't never been hot. Never. He ain't been nothing but Keef flunky for real. You know what I'm saying? So he got to cut that out. Don't be doing that. Y'all from Chicago, Illinois, from around the same way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all claim the same thing. Y'all share that success with, don't hate on the dude, but that is giving the fans momentum to be hating on Durk. And Keef and Durk fans, don't hate on Keef. Like, Keef is a founding father. He the one that to really open the door for all of this. But Durk been riding his own momentum in his own wave. For real, like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, both of them individuals are legends. You don't got to pit them against each other in order for them to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a fan of one. You don't have to hate the other. I'm a fan of both of them individuals, both of them young men. The music, for sure. You can enjoy both of these young men music and still, you know, respect both of them, or you just, you know, you can still vibe out to both of their music. I was just glad at the time when I went to school, when I went to college in 2011, I went to Mississippi Valley State University. I was just glad that I had a soundtrack to party to and to have fun to. Just think about it. When I went to school, the drill movement was taking off. In my second semester of college, Keef dropped Don't Like, him, Young Chop, and Reese, right? And it shot off, and we had then he came back with Love Sosa. Then Durk had This Ain't What You Want. Like, it was just, I had a soundtrack for me to vibe out to. And I was just glad about that. Like, damn, I got some music I can really, really like, you know, we got music here that we can just rock out to and we can enjoy for real. You know, and Durk had the song Party with Young Thug, and I remember when Keef had Finito. Like, I was happy I had something to vibe to, and both of them individuals are legends. But you don't gotta shit on Durk to like Keef, you know what I'm saying? Or shit on Keef to like Durk. Y'all gotta cut it out, man. It's like, I'm Chicago, Illinois overall, so I want to see both of those fellas succeed, and I want them to see them do well. I just don't like the hate I'm seeing thrown Durk way as if he's just some, you know what I'm saying, like he's just a flash in the pan. And we know it ain't true because there's been a lot of drill rappers that have been out that haven't had the same success that he's had. He has a knack for making songs. He can make songs very well. You know how to structure songs very, very well. He's not the most lyrically inclined dude. There are guys who are more lyrical, like Polo G, like Herb, whatever. Herb, Polo G, and other individuals that are more lyrical. But he knows how to format a song in order for people to like the song and really vibe to it. He has a knack for that. And I remember back in 2012, I told my boy Melvin can tell y'all. Melvin was my roommate at Valley. I told him that Durk would have the most longevity out of all of them, whether it be Keef, Reese, Fredo, rest in peace to Fredo, whether it be SD or any of them. I told them, I said, Durk gonna go the farthest because he is more willing to step outside of the box and do things that would be, I guess, against street ethics or whatever, right? Quote unquote, singing too much. He wasn't afraid of doing that. And I saw that when he had the song Molly Girl, right? When he had, he wasn't afraid to use the auto-tune. When he had the song Famous back in the day, he wasn't afraid to try to do something different. He'll get on a song with a country singer. He uses melodies in order to tell a story. He rapping about the same stuff Keef and all of them rap about. He just uses melodies in order to get his message across and get what he's saying across. And people are attracted to melodies. They're attracted to nice hooks. They're attracted to, just catchy little lyrics here and there. And Durk had that. He had it all, and he had that. And I knew people would gravitate to that. A girl would listen to Durk because even if she doesn't like strong, aggressive music, he's using a sing-songy type of way to tell a story, and people would love it. Some songs he's talking about partying. He talking about a relationship with his girl. Subject matter can sometimes switch. Not all the time. I'm not going to act like he just got all type of different subject matter, but he can do it at times, right? He had the image or whatever, and I knew, the girls liked how he looked. And then he had, the ability to create format songs well. And I said, people going to cling on to that for real. The same way people didn't know when Nelly was saying for all these years. Because I said that melodies, when you talk street shit and you use melodies behind it, people are so sucked into the melody. They so in tune with the melody, they even tuning out. They're forgetting that the song has a violent aspect to it, right? If you think about Nelly, Country Grammar song, I'm going down, down, baby, yo, street in a Range Rover, street sweeper, baby, cocked, ready to let it go. He talking about some street shit, but he using a melody, and people didn't even realize that he was doing that. Now, granted, the radio version said, I forgot, it didn't say street sweeper, but even when people had the song, and they knew he was saying street sweeper, they just didn't even they didn't even recognize he was even saying it because he used the melodies to trick people to be like, oh, sing song and sing along with it, not knowing, hey, he rap about some street stuff. The same way Durk uses that format in the same way. It sounds different than Nelly's, but it's the same type of format. It sounds different because they from two different cities in two different states or whatever, so the lingo is different. But yeah, man, y'all cut it out, man. Them brothers did. They've changed their families' lives, changed the lives of people around them. They have created, they've basically expanded a genre and took Chicago lingo worldwide. People saying thought, op, bust down. I heard, what's the boy Blueface, bust down Tatiana. That's Chicago stuff, right? I heard people talking about sliding and all this and all that, in certain terms and certain terminologies they were using. But I know op, thought, and all that, that's Chicago all day long. You know what I'm saying? On folk and them, all that. That's Chicago talk. On folks and them. That's Chicago stuff all day. And they took that and had the world marveled by it and enamored with what they were saying, how they were delivering the messages, so on and so forth. So both of them young brothers should be applauded as legends in the drill movement, legends in Chicago and outside of Chicago in the drill movement, right? But you don't got to be acting like, oh, Durk ain't on nothing. And I cut it out. That boy hot right now. He hot. And if you from Chicago, and I know the people that's doing it, that's causing division, is people that's from nowhere near those type of environments trying to cause the division between Keef and Durk or whatever. But I mean, that doesn't matter. Whatever. I shouldn't even say that. But yeah, man, you can like both of those individuals and applaud them for the hard work they put in. But I don't like when people try to act like, oh, just Drake just made Durk everything he was. No, Durk was rapping the same way before Drake. It's just Drake, again, put a magnifying glass on Durk in his music, and people was like, hold on, let me see what dude doing, right? So then Durk Started making songs some more. Then he linked up with Baby and them and all of that, and people started noticing what he was doing, and he had been doing it for years. Cause I heard, man, I remember the Die Slow record with 21 Savage in 2016. That joint, that whole tape that was on was fire, right? The excuse me, the Life Ain't No Joke tape that came out in like 2012, dope. Like all them Signed to the Streets 1, Signed to the Streets 2, all that was dope. But it's just for whatever reason, people weren't listening like they would, like I guess I thought they would, but I was still in tune. I'm listening to Chicago, Illinois. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, but yeah, both individuals are legends. But you don't gotta down Keef to like Durk. You don't gotta down Durk to like Keef. All of them from the same, from the same city, around the same way. Two black men that they made them some money. That didn't change the game, and also told the story of Chicago that a lot of people didn't really get to hear. As crazy as Chicago always been, the artists that have always gotten the most acclaim from our city have always been the conscious rappers. Common, Kanye too, when he first came out. Lupe Fiasco. Those were the individuals who had the most acclaim. Now, Twister was on some street stuff. But, other than that, Chicago was really known for the conscious rap that came out. You know what I mean? So, Rhyme Fest never got really big, but Rhyme Fest and stuff like that, So, when you see these young men talking about Chicago, people didn't even know Chicago always been the city that it's been. It's not a proud thing. I'm not proud of that. But for those who don't, Chicago is the headquarters for a majority of the major gangs in the United States of America. Outside of the Crips and Bloods, majority of the major gangs in the city, that are all run across the nation, they all originated out of Chicago, Illinois. But people didn't know that until they heard Keef, Reese, and Durk and them talking about all the street stuff or whatever. So it honed in on, I guess, the landscape, the makeup of the city of Chicago, and how certain things play out in the city because of the gang structures that are here, how we have to move in the city, so on and so forth, right? Not proud of that at all, because I wish it wasn't like that, but it's always been like that my whole life. Nonetheless, man, I just feel like you can celebrate both of those two young men without trying to put them against each other. End of story, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.